I stand here, caught between the lingering hope that you still need me and the haunting realization that maybe you've moved on without me. The silence between us grows louder, and the weight of your absence grows heavier with every passing day. It feels like I am fading into the background of your life, slowly losing significance, as if the place I once held in your heart is now occupied by something or someone else. The space we once shared is now a vast emptiness, a reminder of the moments we used to cherish. I'm left wondering if you ever think of me the way I still think of you. I wonder if the days we spent together meant anything to you, or if they've already become a distant memory, like a book you no longer read, gathering dust on a shelf. There's a quiet sadness in realizing that you no longer need me. It's not just about love, but about purpose, connection, and the way our lives intertwined and now seem to be untangling. I keep waiting for a sign that you still want me in your life, but as time goes on, the silence grows deafening, and the space between us feels like an insurmountable distance. The hardest part isn't realizing that you've moved on. It's the fear that I was never truly important to you in the way I thought I was. Sometimes I wonder if I'm just a passing thought in your mind now, like a fleeting memory that fades the moment it's recalled, never lingering long enough to make an impact. I'm left asking myself if the love we shared was enough to leave an imprint on your heart, or if I'm just a chapter in your life that you've already closed. The uncertainty of where we stand weighs heavily on me. I'm not sure if you still need me by your side, or if I've already become a part of your past. It's not the absence of you that hurts, but the fear that you don't miss me in the way I miss you, that perhaps I was never as important as I believed. I'm learning to live with the idea that perhaps you no longer need me, but it doesn't make the thought of being forgotten any easier to bear. Every time I think of you, there's a pang of sadness because I know that I'm not as needed as I once was. I wonder if you even realize how much I still care. I used to be a part of your world, a constant presence. Now I wonder if I'm just a shadow in the corner of your mind, one that you barely acknowledge. There's a fear that lingers within me, that I was never the one you truly needed, just someone who filled a temporary space in your life. The silence between us speaks louder than any words could. It's as if the space we once occupied together has been filled by something or someone else, leaving me wondering if I still matter. I can't help but feel like an afterthought in your life now. Once I was a priority, but now I wonder if I'm just another person passing through the backdrop of your days. There's a weight that comes with the realization that I might not be a necessity in your life anymore. The quiet ache of wondering where I stand in your heart is hard to ignore. I wish I could tell you how much it hurts to think that I'm no longer needed in your world. It's not just the absence of you, but the thought that maybe you've forgotten the importance of us. I often wonder if you still think about me the way I think about you. I fear that the connection we had is no longer a part of your life, leaving me in the shadows of your past. The hardest part of love is knowing when it's no longer necessary. The moments we shared seem like echoes now, fading into the distance as I try to figure out where I stand in your life. I've spent so many nights wondering if I was ever truly needed, or if I was just someone who filled a space in your life that's now been occupied by something else. I sometimes wish I could turn back time, back to the days when I was an essential part of your world. But now I find myself questioning if I ever was as important as I believed. It feels like I'm a fading memory in your life. The love we once had feels distant, like a beautiful story that's no longer being told. There's a painful realization that perhaps I was never as irreplaceable as I thought. Now, I'm left to wonder if you even miss me in the slightest. I can't help but feel like a chapter in your story that's been closed. Once, I was a character who mattered, but now I wonder if I've simply faded into the background of your life. It's not that I don't understand the need for change, but there's a certain sadness in realizing that maybe I'm no longer a part of your future, only a memory from your past. I used to be someone you couldn't imagine living without, but now it feels like you're perfectly fine without me. That's the hardest part to accept. I'm left with the fear that our story was nothing more than a fleeting moment in your life, something you've already forgotten, while I'm still holding on to the remnants of what once was.